What you are watching is me making pasta by hand for the very first time. Yeah, I've put this off for a while. I know it's not complicated, but I've just put it off because I haven't done it. You have to get over your fears, right, Max?
Yes.
Right, Chance?
Yes. Even if it takes 4 years.
Every week for probably 3 or 4 years, you say, is this the week? Will you make pasta this week? And I said, no. And so why I am is because it's hot, it's summer, and I know pasta can be a winter comforting dish, but this will be kind of light-ish. There'll be vegetables in it. It'll be very nice, very nice. And I get to make pasta. So if you've never done it, pay attention. And if you have done it, pay attention, because maybe you have some advice for me. You need only these ingredients, and it happens pretty quick, actually. That's it. You need nothing more. Okay, a fork. You need nothing more to make pasta than this. Here's how it goes. This is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. That will put like this, and then make a little well in the center.
Yeah, we will.
And then in go our eggs. 1, and some, see, already here's my problem already. What the f is that? It's staying because I can't get it out. 2, and now my 3rd egg is just gonna collapse all over. The key is to keep this little fortress of solitude up around the outside. That is not gonna work for me. I see what my problem is here. Nope, nope, that's not supposed to happen.
And there it goes.
And here we go. This is the struggle that was real that I've talked about. Okay, while I'm here, I need a teaspoon of salt.
Your walls have been breached.
Tablespoon of oil,
so much
and
for
now.
a fortress.
Okay, I can pull this together. The idea is to incorporate the flour little by little, so I'm just doing it a little differently. I'm making a mess of it. So now this is just incorporating. I think it's gonna work out. It's gotta be more forgiving. I mean, if the wall comes down, well, the point is once you've got it all mixed, then you can just go to your hands. But, well, in my mind, this came together so much more beautifully. I was an Italian grandmother.
Nonna, Sam is f***ing up all the pastas.
Italian grandmother standing in my Italian countryside home, looking outside over the orchards, the fields, the mountains. Okay, I'm going for it now. So now I get this off of here, and now here's the next point, bringing all this together. And I know it looks like a shit show right now, but I can assure you, once we get this going and start kneading it properly, it's gonna come together beautifully. And we've got the beautiful yellow of the egg yolk in here. Gonna make this nice. It's a bit of a mess at first, but I'm gonna use my bench scraper to pull all this stuff in and start to incorporate everything. Okay, we're getting there, but I have no idea how you get it all off your fingers. Someone's laughing, I can hear you. There you go, now we're happening. So now we're kneading, and this is called a shaggy dough ball. It's a shaggy ball of dough right now, but we want it smooth. And that comes from like 8 to 10 minutes of kneading. So let me knead away, and I'll show you what it looks like when it gets where it needs to be. And after what turned out to be about 5 minutes of kneading, we've got a nice little dough ball. And you know it's ready when you give it a little push and it springs back. Like that. All right. So this guy we're now going to wrap up. Oh good. Getting this cling film out of the case is probably more complicated than the pasta. On top, this, we wrap this up. We leave this off to the side for a half an hour. We can start our sauce. Sauce time begins with some green stuff, some asparagus, and some leeks. So the asparagus we're gonna want, again, think bite-sized pieces. If you put a piece that big in, they got a knife and fork, and this is pasta. So we'll go this, we'll go this, and we'll go this. Save the rest for stock or soup or something. And now the leek. It's just a beautiful big onion. This guy's a little bit jacked up here, so I'll cut that, because I don't want this gross part. And I'm gonna go here, but now what you need, see this? This is not what you want. Dirt grows in here, and I don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this. See how it grows in those little folds? We give this a little rinse. It's just dirt from the farm, Max. So just a little rinse. Make sure they're clean. All right, let's dry them off a bit. So I really don't want these all wet. A little bit of water is gonna be fine. Now these guys we can cut and start getting very hot. Okay, asparagus go in our pan first. A little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. And now our asparagus. Turn down, baby, turn down. You're way too hot, way too hot. These are hardier than the leeks, so they go in first. Let them start to soften a bit. Give them a couple minutes by themselves. Beautiful. These guys are starting to soften nicely. Now our leeks. These get mixed. Now they're pretty thin, so we'll give these guys about a minute or so before we continue. A leek is very gentle onion flavor that I think most reasonable people, my weird friend Greg Rempe excluded of course, but most reasonable people would like this. Next in, some baby peas. By the way, those were frozen about 3 minutes ago that I just put in a little bowl, added a little hot water, and in a minute drained them and they're perfect. So great. Okay, next in will be some garlic. We can go a couple nice cloves right there. And right there, touch more oil, let it get fragrant. 40 seconds, nice. Now we move it around. Everybody's getting some of this. Garlic, beautifulness. Be tough to cook without onions and garlic, wouldn't it? I mean, they're like the foundation. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat up just a bit. Let it really start to sizzle. And when it does, it gets 2 tablespoons of vermouth. We're gonna wait for this to burn off, the alcohol in the liquid. Take a minute or so. Next in, 3/4 cup of whipping cream, that I think is that, and some Parmesan cheese, freshly grated. About 1/4 cup. Stir. I'm gonna kill the heat on this because I want it to thicken, but we're gonna wait till we're closer to adding the pasta. But this work is done now, so turn it off, and I think we're close to getting the pasta and rolling it out. All right, I'm excited because now I get to make something with this. So let's take it out. Just gonna put a little flour here. I don't really want it to stick. I'm only going to take 1/4 of it to turn into pasta. This stuff we'll put back in here and leave for now for me to play with later. But this guy now, let's make into like a little oval. And now we get to roll it. And here's what I have. Oh, I cut myself. Oh, I think.
On what?
On this box. You barely. Look at, see this?
Oh, a paper cut?
Yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
Sorry.
Legit. By the way, this is not sponsored, and if it was, I'd throw it back because this box cut me. So I've had this, Max, for a couple of months, waiting for this day.
For the courage to arrive?
And now look. Oh, man. So I'm going to guess these are the cutters. This is going to be the one that makes it thinner, and yes. So this end, paper cuts are the worst. KitchenAid mixer. Off comes this front logo, and then on goes this guy. Guess like this, right? Yep. And then you tighten that. Now this is how you dial it thinner, 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 thinner. So you start on 1, and that's the widest, and I think this will fit through here on 1. So you turn it on. You see, you don't want your fingers to go in there, but the pasta goes in there. So on the widest level, you do this. Look at this. I'm making pasta! So we're now going to run it through 2 or 3 times on each of these settings. Oh my God. I am so happy right now. Max, why did you wait so long to ask me to make pasta? Mamma mia. Oops. No, don't do that. Nope, that f***ed up. Now I got to do that.
Don't get excited too soon.
No, that folded in. I don't want that. Now this has got to go again. All right. I have a little bit of a problem here up at this end, but it's going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Okay, now make it a little smaller. Now we go to number 2. And we feed it, and then we go. And the goal is to get down to, obviously, a beautifully thin sheet of pasta. I honestly can't believe I've waited to this age. Oh God, let's go one more, and then we'll go again.
Now we need to think about all the other things that you've been resisting all these years.
Okay. Look, it's getting longer and longer and longer. Here we go, number 3. Oh, how you absolutely can manage. This is getting long. How do you do this? This is nice. And again, getting pretty close to where I think we want it. I'm gonna go one more rung down. Dial it down once more. They say you want it thin enough that you can see your finger nicely on the other side of it. Okay, let's take it down to 4. I can't imagine getting this all the way to 8. How great is this? It's the best invention in the world. Seriously, I just feel like a little kid. I'm so happy.
Now do you feel like Nona?
I do feel like Nona. How have I not been doing this my whole life? All right, one more. Should we go one more? Like I can see. We'll go one more. We'll only do it a couple of times. And there we have it. Wow. Look what we made. Okay, it needs a little flour because it's hot out here and it started sticking together. So look, what are we doing? We're here to learn together, right?
Is that why they don't cook pasta outdoors?
Jesus. Okay. So I'm just concerned that too much of this is gonna, that hole's okay. So now watch, I'm gonna do this. Of course, it's not completely perfect. That's okay. And here to here, and here to here. It's gonna be one serving of pasta, and then we'll just cut. And then I got a baking sheet with some parchment, and let's just do this. Let's just open them up. And I could make more. Do you want me to make more? Well, it's gonna be one small plate of pasta, but it'll be beautiful. I think this will be enough for one serving.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. I mean, this is here waiting for us, okay? Let's get the sauce done, because this is only gonna take about 2 minutes. Look at this. Thickening beautifully, bubbling away. Now we're gonna add 2 things to finish this off. And one will be salt and pepper, and the other one will be some lemon zest. There's a really nice little finishing touch. Beautiful. Mix this. Okay, that's ready, guys. Now our pasta. By the way, if you were watching and you knew that my shit was gonna stick because I didn't flour it, thanks a lot for not yelling loud enough so I could hear you. And this is gonna take about 2 minutes. Fresh pasta cooks fast. This is heavily salted water. And we're there. So I'll bring the pasta over and using my big spider, out we come. A little bit of pasta water in there is okay. What is it doing this to me? And now we mix. Oh, glory be. One thing missing. What would that be, Chance?
It's an extra parm.
Attaboy.
Oh, what do you know? He was right.
I actually lifted it up and showed him. I saw the wonder in the child's eyes.
That's why he's always right, because you're helping him.
There you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is homemade hand-cut pasta with asparagus, peas, and leeks, and a gentle cream sauce. Alrighty then. Beautiful noodles. Beautiful everything. The pasta. Look at that. I made that. I made that all by myself. I don't want to eat such a long noodle though, so let me cut this a little shorter. I'll try and get some of this right here and that. Here we go. Just that one bite. Just this bite, maybe a little more leek. Just this bite. That's the one for moi. That beautiful, gorgeous, yum. Lemon. I've made this pasta before. I've never made it with my own pasta noodles. My own, handmade, these hands. And somehow, it tastes way better. It's really delicious, but here's what we've learned. Pasta's not complicated. The making dough process is a bit forgiving. My flour wall came down and it went everywhere. It still worked out. When you're feeding it into the machine, don't let it double over on itself because it'll stick and you'll end up with a weird part. And when you're done, flour it right away, so it doesn't stick to itself. But this has been great. I hope you've watched and learned, and now we'll do this if you haven't done this before because it's that easy. And by the way, if you didn't have that rolling thing like I did, you could have just rolled out by hand. Same place, different way. All right, hit the subscribe button. Tell us you like us. Leave a comment. We'll see you next time right here on
Sam the Cooking Guy. Cooking guy. Right here. Cooking guy.